Hello, Cancer. Welcome to the Black-Hearted Oracle. Now, before we get started, I want to pay homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course, my beautiful ancestors. Ashe. Now, today, we'll be doing a Wagwan spread. In plain English, that's a what's going on spread. Okay, what's laid out before you is the heart of the matter. Oh, and I would just want a quick note. I do not shuffle or lay my cards on camera because I use a lot of decks and it takes a lot of time. And the readings are pretty lengthy on their own. This is for Cancer's Sun, Moon, and Rising. It is a general reading for September. Now, if I feel the need to clarify, I have two clarifying decks that I will shuffle because I only take poppers. But they are pre-shuffled, so I'm just going to go straight into shuffling to get poppers if I do need to clarify. I do not clarify the beginning, and I do not clarify the end. So the heart of the matter is not clarified, and the guidance at the end of the videos are not clarified. Okay, now let's get started. At the heart of the matter for the Black-Hearted Oracle message, we have number 37, which is a 10. And as you know, if you do follow numerology, 10 is an end and a beginning because it breaks down to 1. Now, the message for the Black-Hearted Oracle is scorned, bittered, vengeful, and hateful. It says someone around you has unresolved pain that is causing them to dwell in lower energies. This could be you. Take heed when this card shows up because these are tricky energies. They give the illusion of being justified, all the while feeding off and destroying their host. To free yourself of them, seek joy, laughter, and forgiveness. Mourn what haunts you and properly grieve it. What you perceive to be an injustice or loss, but is in reality a lesson meant to crack you open from a stagnant path. The second message comes from the Oracle of the Shadow and Light deck, and that is the Snow Angel, and the signs are with you already. The third and final message for the heart of the matter is let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So, keep in mind these energies. Keep them in the back of your mind while we go through the rest of your general spread. These are the heart of the matter, and they may and will prove to be relevant. Thank you. Now, the first question I asked for the spread is how is Cancer represented in the month of September? What are the emotions behind Cancer's representation? And what are the intentions behind the emotions and Cancer's representation? So how you're represented in the month of September is the King of Water. Now the King of Water, it's really good because that's your energy. Now this person is trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured individual. A person who has a found full grip of their emotions. Now the emotions behind you being the King of Water is the present, gift, treasure, revelation of one's own value. That's good. So your emotions are balanced now because you're seeing your own value. Now the intention behind how you're represented in the month of September and the emotions behind how you're represented in the month of September are vanity and gossip. Wow. So this is telling me that due to either vain ways of you or another person, or gossip of you or another person, is caused you to have to reassess your worth and balance your emotions. Okay. Now we'll move these down. Now, let's just move these out of the way for now. Now, the next question that I ask is, what is the problem that Cancer will face? What is the emotion behind the Cancer's problem? And what is the intention behind the problem and the emotion for Cancer in September? Okay, so we have the Star, which is number 17, a major arcana. Represents Aquarius, but I mean, for me, it's more about healing when I see the Star card, you know. Now the emotions behind it is Mirror. Knowing thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. Now the intention behind it is dissipating. Wow, Cancer. So this being a problem that you're facing, you're having problems healing and seeing your value, or going through the self-examination. You know, dissipating talks about always talking about achieving something, but never actually doing the work. So this is telling me that you're going to be having trouble in the month of September of seeing your own worth and healing. Wow. So I hope as we go on, we can get to a point to where you can find some resolve. You know, and you can no longer have this as a problem. This is something that you can fix. And with the next question, we'll see if that'll take us there. Okay. Now, the helpful energies. Are the Page of Water, which is also, again, in your energies. So, I mean, I know this says intuitive, sensitive, artsy, and, you know, friendly person. But this is also, to me, someone offering an apology or a gesture of love in search of forgiveness. Sorry, this came out reversed. The emotions behind the helpful energies is falling in love in reverse, and it's kissing the divine in another and in yourself. And the intentions behind it is facade. So this to me is saying that you or someone in your life is struggling with self-love, or recognizing love in another and showing appreciation for it. And they're wearing a facade about this. And this card facade speaks about reclaiming your inner child, doing the work with the inner child to turn this right side up. You know? Because you're falling out of love, but someone, the helpful energies would be, so if you are falling out of love, do not keep the facade up. Seek forgiveness. Either of self or someone else. Offer forgiveness. Offer an apology or accept someone's apology for their lack of love of self or you. But whatever you do, don't let the intention be to live behind a facade. Facades are thin and they crumble very easily. It takes a lot of energy to keep up facades. So be mindful that you're not tricking yourself, or someone is not tricking you with a false facade, but underneath it all, they really are not in love. Okay, we're going to move on and see what actions you should take in the month of September. Okay, we asked, what actions should Cancers take in the month of September? And we got the Ace of Fire, which speaks of passion, wonderful things, passion ignited. It speaks about romance. It speaks about all those little bubbly, wonderful, warm feelings that you get at the start of a new venture, or a new love, or just something that drives you, regardless of what that be. Now, these are the actions you should take. The emotions behind it are the return of Aphrodite. So, reclaiming the goddess. So now this is letting me know that all the previous cards were really speaking of self. Most of them dealt with self-love, reflecting, and reclaiming the oneness of self. So now, in order to help you out of the problems of not being able to heal, and the lack of love, and dealing with gossip and vanity and keeping up a facade, the way that you can deal with these things is stepping back into your power, getting into your passions. Now, I wanted to clarify the Aphrodite card, and this is from the Goddess Guidance Oracle, and it says, awaken the goddess within through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So, do not get lost in the facade that you're wearing, or the facade that someone else is wearing. Put back on your crown. Male or female, these are general energies. So don't get distracted by the word goddess or god or king or queen. These are general energies. We all have feminine and masculine energies in us. Now, I wanted to find out again, what are the intentions? And this is soulmate. This card speaks of a cycle, a cyclical events that keep happening in the soulmate relationship of the runner and the chaser. The man is always leaving. The masculine energy is always leaving. And he perceives that when he gets ready to leave, that his feminine energy is going to start complaining and arguing. But she's not. Not this time. Nope. Mum is the word on her end, because she's reclaiming her power. She's awakening back to her goddess. She's following her passions as recommended by the helpful energies that are around you that you can take. So put back on your crown. If you're going through a situation with a soulmate, soulmates come into our lives, some of them not to stay. Most soulmates come in our lives to teach us. And when we are resistant to the lessons become harder and more dramatic. So take the lessons that you are being offered through the soulmate experience and heal the self through reclaiming your power. Okay. Now, the fifth question that I ask for Cancers is, what are the mental, physical, and spiritual effects that this situation will have on Cancer for the month of September? Ace of Water. This speaks about a falling in love, a love offer. This could be from someone else, but seeing what you've been through or what you're going to be going through in the month of September, I hope it's really not from someone else. Because I think if you're in a soulmate experience and it is rough, that you're going to need time to heal. So I'm hoping that for you that this is self-love. But if you're at the point where you've already done the work and you're healing, which is not really proving evident in the cards that were laid for you, but you know, we're all on different journeys and different times in the journey. So you could have healed. This could be something that happened to you last month, a year ago, or is going to happen to you 2 months from now. But I'm pulling for September energy. So I'm hoping for you that this is the self-love that you need. Now, the emotions behind the mental and physical effects of this is transparency. Honest, attuned, genuine, and present. So you're being honest with yourself about love. You're getting real with yourself. Now, the intentions behind this, the mental, physical, and spiritual effects, is expansion and perception. So they were actually pulled like this. I'm sorry. Now, this is great. Because through your perception, you can come into expansion. This card talks about the council of spirits, gods, whatever you want to call it. It's just, to me, an illustration to bring out a point. Now, it talks about the one who was going to color the heaven, not knowing the color to choose. But the friends around him told him to trust his instincts. And he went with this color blue, which has blessed all of us. This card talks about the perception of a woman going into a disheveled garden, which I take it as her inner spirit, her inner child, her inner garden, or his inner garden, whatever you choose. And going through this door that was locked, previously locked to her, but now was open, she went through a dark, we call it a dark night of the soul. She became real with herself. And coming out at the other end, she realized that her garden was beautiful. That whatever weeds that she saw in those gardens now became herbs to heal her. Through the perception, we can see ourselves as less than what we truly are. We can see ourselves as worthless due to someone's lack of love, due to the facade that people have shown us, or the facade that we show ourselves, or the lack of love that we show ourselves. We can get caught up in vanity and gossip. And these things rob the spirit of its fruits. To dwell in negativity robs you. But through a changed perception, she's learned to expand her views and reclaim herself honestly, to be attuned and present with who she is. And take this cup for herself or himself. I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective. Men, please, don't feel anyway. You're inclusive. But the person is learning to make sure that their cup is full, because you cannot offer to anyone if your cup is empty. Wow, this reading is, yeah. Now, in conclusion of the spread, the last question was asked was the outcome. What was the outcome? So we have, first of all, the King of Air, sisterhood, and wisdom. We have another set of cards. Okay. So this is going to be the outcome for you. I wonder if I could fit the other one in here as well so that we could see this. Release, unseen, and completion. Now, when people see the unseen cards and the death card, the release card, it's troubling. Sorry, trying to get them all in the shot. Okay. It's troubling. But I don't really see it as so, because with every release there's a rebirth. You know? And you may not, it says too much is hidden from you right now. So you may not be realizing that you're coming to an end of a rough time in your life. Now, the outcome of this is the King of Air. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius that you need to release, or this is just you. I'm just going to take this as you. I really don't like to say what the cards represent as in signs, because everyone is different and everyone is dealing with who they know who they're dealing with and who these readings represent for them in their lives. But it says, speak your mind with confidence. You know, be diplomatic. So when you're coming to a sisterhood, so could it be that these are the people who have been gossiping? Vanity and coming with a facade. People who you're claiming to be your friends? Or could you be claiming to be friends to someone, but yet still it's not, and all of this is coming to a completion? Wherever these energies fit into your life, it's coming to a completion. But through it all, you'll have wisdom. Because with every death, there is a rebirth of energies. And the lessons will always be with you through the completion. We go through these cycles of death and rebirth, to me, several times throughout a lifetime. I mean, it's not a philosophy that most people subscribe to, but to me, I think you die and live again several times through your life if you're lucky. I know I have. Okay, so, you know, friendship, allies, compatible souls. So through this death and rebirth, you're going to be able to come up with people who are more in your soul tribe. You'll get the wisdom out of it. You'll be able to speak your mind. Wow, this is a beautiful reading. Now, these are the guidance messages. This one is from the Sacred Vision deck. I'm not quite sure who it's by, but this is number 11, which boils down to a 2, and it's called Dream. It says, dreams gone wild. West Black. You have used different fates, ideas, icons, totems as guideposts to a higher level of thought to gain a different and better perspective. You have looked to wildlife as spirit guides and teachers, honoring them with art, time spent in nature, and medicine bundles. You have admired birds, the strongest and the smallest, The fetishes, the feathers, the crystals, all have been dreamed over in ceremony, and all have been powerful in your intent. But this power is lost when your dreams get wild and unfocused. You wear two different faces, the facade. You wear two different faces when you are unfamiliar with your truth. And you wear both of these masks together when you are a great pretender, not understanding the sacred dream reality in which you live. If you were a bird of prey, what would you be? How would you feel? Do you think you would seek to be anything other than the great bird the Creator intended you to be? So Cancer, ask yourself, are you wearing a mask? Are you standing in your truth? Is the facade serving you? Sorry about that. Okay. This is from the magical fairy oracle. And it's your desires are within reach. Have faith and everything is working out in your favor. Ostara, fertility, is your goddess guidance. And it says, it is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Who do you want to be now? Are you ready to reclaim your divinity and give birth to your dreams? To put away the facade and the fake friends, the gossip and the vanity? Now, this is from the Oracle of the E. I have to get the book. I don't know this one out of my head. And it's number 16, which is a 7. 7 to me is my number. I don't know how it represents for you, but I take it as very spiritual. And this is, psst, ahem, hey you. We'd like to interrupt this oracle deck with a very important announcement. There is nothing to fear. Every single thing that looks ominous is but an illusion. It has no power. Zip, nada, zilch. It's time to look your fears straight in the eyes and call them out as the insignificant postures they really are. Excuse me. Psst, ahem. Time to get on that throne and reclaim that power. Now the last one that I have is unfoldment. This comes from the Earth Magic Oracle by Stephen D. Farmer. It's a bit lengthy, so I won't go into the reading. But what this talks about is the beautiful lotus. You know, and to how beautiful and dainty and delicate this majestic looking flower is. I just love them, as you can tell. Is you would never know if you didn't know the lotus or know about the lotus. You'd never anticipate that every night it sinks down to the bottom of the lake, to the muddy depths. And well, let's even start to before it gets there. Before it even blooms the first time, it is coming out of the dirty, murky, muddy depths of a lake. And it rises up through the water, representing the emotions. So at the bottom, that stagnated, filthy, but life-giving mud. It rises from that, and it breaks through the surface of the water, and it blooms magnificently spotless. So to me, this card is saying, you're the lotus. No matter what you have been through, it is unfolding for you. Life is unfolding. Each beautiful petal is unraveling to meet the glorious new morning, just like the lotus. I wish you the best, and I wish you the most peace and happiness this coming September. I pray that you find your higher self in the quiet places, and may Ma'at hold you and keep you in her loving graces. Ashe. Peace and blessings, Cancer. Thank you.